Today is 21st of February 2022. Welcome to News Update Live on Today Ghana News TV. We're live by satellite on Twitch for our viewers in Eastern European countries and all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, on Today Ghana News TV, and also on anchor.fm/podcast on Today Ghana News TV. My name is Frances Jah Arhin, and here are now the headlines. President Akufo-Addo warns COP leaders in West Africa. NPP Communication Director laments about poor communication from grassroots communicators. MP for Clote Kole in constituency visits fire victims. We have this entertainment with Sylvia and more coming up next. Stay tuned. I'll be right back with more details. In our first story, President Nana Akufo-Addo is unhappy with the state of COPs in some West African countries. In an interview with France 24 at the EU-African Union Summit in Brussels, President Akufo-Addo demanded the departure of foreign mercenaries from the region and explained that negotiations are underway with the Malian junta on an election timetable.
Very simple. It is up to the military authorities to find an accommodation with ECOWAS on a program that is acceptable to ECOWAS. And that is the position that we will stand. 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, whatever be the case, it has to be...
But no more.
It has to be a period. Yes, we're not interested in returning West Africa to the days of military rule. Well, we want to move away from that.
Yes, but you're moving back to it. Let's take the example of Guinea, where nearly 6 months after the coup, the Colonel Doumbouya has not given any timetable. I mean, are you concerned that the clock is ticking?
Of course we're concerned. We've said so. All our public statements have indicated...
More sanctions on the horizon?
We'll see. We'll see. But we have indicated that we are very concerned about the absence of a clear timetable for the restoration of the democratic rule in Guinea.
When should they provide such
any time from now, as soon as possible. The engagement is a constant one.
Right. I mean, we've seen this epidemic of coups in West Africa. This must worry you because the coups are quite popular, it seems, with the...
I don't understand where you get a few people in the capital.
More than a few, Mr. President,
well,
it seems.
I don't know. That the information we get is also quite... This is why it is better to have systems of government where popularity is easily determined.
But are you worried that coups has become the norm now in recent months?
It's not the norm. It's not the norm. It's happening in three...
The trend, let's put it this way.
I'm not sure we can call it a trend. It's been in 3 states out of the 15 states of ECOWAS so far. Obviously, we do not want this contagion to spread, and we're going to work towards making sure that it doesn't spread. We work with it domestically to provide good governance for our people, so to take away the basis for any pretext at intervention, and at the same time insist on adherence to our own protocols. We have a protocol that binds all of us on good governance and democracy in the region. We're determined to work towards that.
Is this a mortal danger for the region?
I don't understand the concept of mortal danger when you're dealing with states and communities and state functions. All kinds of evolutions happen. But it is something that is definitely not welcome when we are going to do our best to make sure that it doesn't repeat itself, and if possible, it is reversed.
Fix the Country convener, Mr. Oliver Becker-Vamamo, has been charged with treason felony after he made comments on social media that has been deemed to be a cop threat. The Ashaiman District Court on Monday, February 14, 2022, remanded Mr. Becker-Vamamo into police custody till February 28. Mr. Becker-Vamamo was arrested on Friday, February 11, upon his return to the country from his base in UK. Joining us from Arizona, USA, to speak to us on the issue is Dr. Sekou Nkrumah, a social political analyst. He is also the former chief executive officer of National Youth Authority and, more importantly, the last son of the founder of Ghana, Usajo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Hello.
Sir, thank you for joining us once again on News Update on Telegram News.
Thank you for. You hear
Hello,
me?
sir. Yeah, I can hear you, but you were breaking up.
Yeah, I'm saying I hope the connection is better this time.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Can you hear me?
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So, sir, we're speaking on Mr. Oliver Vamawo on his channel not long ago, and he seems very gentle and harmless. Do you also see him as that way?
I'm not too sure I got the question properly.
Please, did you get the question, please?
But can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
so let me talk about it. But first of all, I think we need to understand that Ghana, we as a country embraced democracy in 1992, and we've been consistent with the multi-party democracy that we have practiced. We've had change of government through the ballot box, 8 years. So we need to look at this situation of coup d'etats in Africa, West Africa, each country individually. We cannot just put all of us together in a basket. Each country has its history, its unique experience, and so on. For example, Ghana, you remember that that was way back in 1981, and then came the second coming of the late John Rawlings, and there had been 10 years of dictatorship, and then we went into the multi-party system of democracy. Somehow, since then, there had been that stability. We've avoided, and we've learned from that experience. I think June 4, December 31st, quite a bitter experience for many Ghanaians, and we don't want to revisit that period. So I think learning from our experience, and of course, Ghana had coup d'etats before that period of the late 70s, early 80s. But it is now that we have embraced democracy, we also that the democracy we fought for is a last constitutional rule, and also with it comes the freedom of the press, human rights, speech, and all that. So I was a bit surprised when the leadership of the MPP today, that is in government, Nana Akufo-Addo, is silent about people jailed or detained because of comments they make on Facebook or on social media and so on. I think that's a bit disturbing for me because I know Akufo, and we fought to return Ghana to a multi-party system of democracy. He has championed human rights. We were together with him on the streets. Bad government policy. Kome Preko, I think, one big demonstration in the mid-90s. And I think coming from that experience, coming from that history, it is a bit surprising that in power, Nana Akufo-Addo today will allow his government, his regime, to oversee the detention of some people. I mean, and Ghana history of political detention and so on, that is not pleasant. Even I have been for one who has criticized our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, for introducing the PDA and for ending up introducing the one-party state as well, which I had pointed out even gave some kind of an excuse for the coup d'etat of 66, which I think will soon be kind of looking back at 24th of February. I think that will be coming up soon, and we can all act on that dark day in Ghana's history because, of course, what Nkrumah represented was a lot more than just a few political mistakes. I think it represented a lot more than that. But looking at those specific mistakes, which to do with detention of political opponents under the disguise of then the PDA in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that can only blame Nkrumah there, because there was both sides, the CPP and the opposition, the UP then, starting from the NLM. There were a lot of political violence and so on. So both sides would have at that time been more tolerant, accept. And of course, the one-party state definitely was not a very good decision and actually led to the coup. Of course, there were other external forces that would. But the point is that now when you fast forward and looking at Ghana today, I think we should embrace this whole concept of democracy, tolerance, and that we have different opinions. And people in the frustrations of government policies can also express their frustration in different ways. And that's why you have the social media for people to express those frustrations.
So, exactly.
But we shouldn't take it somebody threatens that he's in a coup and so on his Facebook page. We
So
have security
considering what
forces in Ghana.
he wrote,
We
on,
have agencies
like,
that
yes,
deal with.
Considering what he wrote on his fan page on Facebook, you know, the Rambo Star arrest and the charges prefer against him. Do you think they are justified, like based on his arrest charges?
Yes, that's why I was saying earlier that comments he made on Facebook was, I read those comments because I'm friends with him on Facebook. And I even commented jokingly that, does he have a cutlass over there? And he said, he joked back and said, oh, he has a kitchen knife. And I said, I hope it's big enough. So most of us took it as a joke. So I was surprised that he came to Ghana and was arrested. And I was saying earlier that we have agents deal with coup threats and so on. So let them deal with it, but not Facebook, social media utterance that somebody makes that us so much. We've come a long way, and that's what I was saying earlier, that now that we've embraced the moment and we're practicing it for a while, we need to be tolerant. And another thing we need to appreciate that, you see, some people come with this old mentality that for the benefit of the majority, if you can be sacrificed, I think that is completely wrong. Every human being matters. Every individual in our society and in the world matters. So you cannot just step on people. You think you can step on one or two people for the benefit of the rest of us. No, it doesn't work that way. Every single human being. And I had these experiences because I studied in Eastern Europe in the 80s. And I experienced that abuse of human rights when you take away the freedom of individuals and so on. And that doesn't work well. Those days in Eastern Europe, they provided so much for the average person. But because they took away the voice of the people, they took away the choices that people should make for themselves, that threw away everything, all the good things that they provided for that society. So in Ghana, as I said, we've learned from our past. We don't have a one-party state now. We don't have Malay coup d'etats because we've been, and that's a democracy, which we are practicing. Yes, frustrated. I'm frustrated with the system, but it's something that we have to gradually work to make it better. So how do we make the dominant parties, MPP and NDC, provide the best leadership that they have so that Ghana can be a better place?
So what's your opinion on the government or the state of security, like should have done rather than arrest and charging him of treasonable offense? Maybe they should have done something. What do you think the government or state security should have done?
I'm not sure I'm understanding your question.
I'm saying that what's your opinion on the government or the state of security should have done rather than arrest and charging him of treasonable offenses?
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous to charge him because he made a comment on Facebook. I think what we need to do is that somebody makes a comment that is insulting or is kind of leading to all sort of things that maybe we feel is not right in our society. I think other people can comment on it and sort of tell the rest of us that, oh, that is not the way to go. This kind of speech, hate speech or whatever you want to call it, can create disorder in our society and so on. So there are other ways of dealing with people who cross the line when it comes to freedom of speech. But I will have is that we still need to be very I'll give you some examples. When I was teaching in middle school in Tampa a few years ago, there was this student. It was during the 2016 elections in the US. And that class was very, it had a lot of bad kids in that class. One of them was so unhappy with me because I was trying to get them to do the work and so on. And he said that, oh, he wishes Trump would election so that they send me back. Kid of in middle school. Laughed about it because
Hello? I think you're breaking up a bit.
What are the consequences? I didn't get angry with that kid and tell him that, oh, how can you say that? Be tolerant to people's views and understand where they are. I think that is one thing that in where I live now, you realize that with problems that they have and so on, at least that way to build the society. And I think in Ghana, we should kind of emulate such societies which we can all think and so on. So we frustrated and angry at bad government policies. So if
I even think that answers our next question because we were going to ask you.
Intimidated.
We were going to ask you about your advice to people who do that comment on social media and also to the government. Like what you advise people who go on social media and state some comments and also to the government. Because it seems there are many arrests going on these days. So what's your advice to people who comment or to the government?
I'm sorry, I can't hear your question so well.
Please, can you hear me?
The point is that there are problems with social media. There are problems with social media. We need to accept those problems because the other side of it is that social media also is a lot of people close together. People share information. Sometimes the information is wrong. Sometimes people say all sort of things. But again, we need to be tolerant. I remember, I'll go back to a personal experience when I was there in Ghana during the late President Mills. And I remember I made a comment on my Facebook wall when Professor Mills won the NDC Congress. They went to Congress. I think he was running against Nana Konedo. And because at that time I was with Professor Mills, and in my NDC choosing Professor Mills again because I knew all that, I made a comment that, oh, did I miss something? Did the NDC choose a dead man? It might seem very harsh and so on. And a lot of people were critical of that comment, which I made then. But the point is that, was there no truth in it? And what did we see? Professor Mills did not even finish his first term, going into the second term. So sometimes, yes, comments can be harsh and overboard, but there is some element of truth in them. And sometimes we need to be tolerant. People express, and yes, people can apologize for making statements that are not good enough, or not all of us will accept or tolerate. But the thing is that I think we accept that. Let's have the speech we fought for. Let's have the respect human rights. And yes, people will make mistakes and so on. But I think comment on a Facebook is not something that's so serious. If I go back to what I was saying earlier, if people are planning to make a coup, I think there are agencies in government and so on that knows how to deal with people. And I don't believe that person, when he made that comment on his Facebook wall, really meant that he was going to make a coup, because as I said, I even joked. about his intentions. So I think I'll expect to be more tolerant, show more tolerance, and anybody, whether it's media and so, they should not go around arresting people who are expressing themselves on our radios or TVs. Let's be tolerant, let them respect that they should, and listen to those opposing views, because sometimes there's some wisdom in it, and that also can make us sit back. And if we think we are introducing bad policy, I think we can maybe rethink those bad policies.
Yes. All right. Before you leave us, can we like to take your opinion on the military overtake in West Africa, and what is the way forward to restore democracy?
Yeah, I think, as I was saying earlier, every country has its unique experience, so we cannot determine how each country should go. But I think our first president, Dr. I think he said that for after the way forward, of course, after the liberation, the decolonization of Africa, we should embrace the continental union, and that is Africans seeing beyond these our individual countries and think and come together. So economic integration and integration. I think we are a bit very far away from that, and that is why all these problems seem to still be with us. Because remember that with you guys, I mentioned the new colonialism and how even after being independent, we are still being influenced, manipulated by external forces because of the rich continent that we have. They would try to divide us. And once we are divided, individually we are weak. And of course, we are not as strong as if we are united together. So I think peace and so on is part of struggle towards eventually bring or uniting the continent together. Sometimes people express their frustrations in different ways. And coup d'etats and so on, bad government, bad to go, is for us to start more of continental union or unity of the continent, and thinking less of individual states and so on. If we do that, you see how successful Nkrumah was when Ghana was united and embraced independence and worked together to some point to develop the nation and build the nation and so on. I think if the same can be translated, I think we'll go a long way to improving the lives of Ghanaians and Africans as a whole.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Unless you have something else to add, so we can leave you to continue with your busy schedule. But if there's anything more you need to add.
No, I'm fine. It's only that I'm sorry that I cannot do questions, so there's a bit of that.
Yeah, the connection is a bit, sorry about that.
The connection, yes.
But I think you answered most of our questions as well.
Okay, thank you. And you are welcome anytime to interview me.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, that was Dr. Sekou Nkrumah joining us live from Arizona, USA. Governing NPP's Director of Communications, Honorable Yabuaben Asamoah, believes the party's communicators are not projecting government policies and the e-levy enough to get public endorsement. According to him, majority of Ghanaians have accepted the controversial e-levy in principle, but the party officials must further engage them for the policy to gain more public support.
I took time off to MPP officers at local level and communicators are not talking enough about government policy, especially the e-levy. I was in a couple of funerals yesterday in the region, and I took time off to speak to a lot of people. Opinion I'm getting all the way from the chiefs I interacted with, opinion leaders from across the country, because funerals bring a lot of people together, and the local people, is that the MPP in the community is not stepping out to project the MPP. The MPP in the communities must step out and boldly project the party and its achievements. It's so important. Yes, the primary duty is with the Party Communications Directorate. But we will lead, and you must do the operational work at constituency level, at community level, at regional level. It's so important. Many people have accepted the e-levy in principle, but they still need to be spoken with, and engagement must continue. And that is where I pick these conversations up, that we members of the MPP ought to be talking more about the e-levy at local level. So some of the information may not be very clear, but the reason for the e-levy, we believe at national level, at government level, is clear. And it is an opportunity to transform local indigenous capital into local production, creating high skills, important skills, and then we'll have high-paying private sector jobs. Because the e-levy will act as a catalyst to drive private sector investments, both local and foreign, into the productive areas.
Okay. A divisional chief in the Volta region has appealed to investors to take advantage of the lagoons in Keita municipality of the Volta region to boost economic activities in the area. Today, Ghana News TV Volta regional correspondent Diana Selassie Tete has more on this.
The divisional chief of Anglo Afiadenigba in the Keita municipality of the Volta region, Togbi Akamu V, has urged investors to take advantage of the many water bodies in the Keita municipality. Togbi Akamu V believes that Anglo Afiadenigba has the needed resources to develop and enhance the lives of residents. Speaking to Today Ghana News TV, he said, "We can use what we have to develop our communities just like what the whites do, and even compete with them because we have the natural resources here." According to the chief, one of his objectives is to see to the construction of facilities in the hospitality sector to boost economic activities. On the other hand, residents who interacted with the media showed readiness to welcome and work with investors. They said their lagoons can be used for many lucrative activities instead of the regular fishing and mining activities. They therefore call on government to throw its support behind the municipality to make it a tourism hub.
My manana ne kama pong to le yamu kuma gbona mi pe be na na yiji ke mo yiji nyu mi fia o mi ngble dembe mi aja gbagba be do nyu to na vale goma ma ta na ma o de mi aje ma gbona va nchina toge mo nyina ne ke mi agbulo le ya va na ju edu mi be mi draro so edu draro nya ko je be mi agbulo va va be de ko no angola fere nyigba Romianto mi danaje ye yevu pavava ova gede jetagba enye menye do nyangvon kakala wo me ya wo close si be na mi mokponyo afika mi deto de na topola o muga mo pogaga de topo crown ene jeda pameta mo katan sugo e mo nkonklo fifula ya angola fere nyigba view ekele chan kizintin jeda pa ikalarina jera poma o chun kone fia ba 7C ka chamanya 7C nyo mo wo doklo le aba opa harvesting contractor na ye mo nofuma ha ameoke mo marketing department akwa mo doklo subo aka meoke mo gbela do ugbo onye opa loading boy so nyenya meoke ko mo no fi no donklo egba mi npo mo da she de via o katan adato ko la dari over do aguma mo ha mi gbagbara shere jembe mi atedo mi bio cause ne job viade ado do ika wo mo le apa ngmechung na gbleng la mo mi na gblengele adato ngo mi de to ngo gblengele tanka ta fi so be mi de to do ma woda shi o de agore kama jemaje aha ba klo dato dari onu do meje be ono na mo ma klo bubo wo be no be mia de moba madana ado jera pore fiang ba je mia aku anonyi kula manwi munye mia chukwa da shi anyi gbare kan na ma e mia de view na ba no afukwa mu e jera pe kenye tagba fuma nya ntomo dole nyama.
Reporting for Today Ghana News TV, I am Dinah Selassie Tete, Volta Region.
The Member of Parliament of Kolte Kole constituency, Honorable Ezanata Rollins, has visited the victims on fire outbreak at his constituency, which gutted about 16 houses. Speaking to journalists, the MP, who also is the first daughter of former President J.J. Rollins, called on NADMO and other relief agencies to come to the aid of the victims.
The Assemblyman is present and when you've spoken to him yet, I hope you haven't heard. Because sometimes the difficulty that sometimes the Assembly members face is the difficulty with the residents, sometimes having difficulty with some of the things they're trying to insist on when you ask what the district assemblies or municipal assemblies want to do. This is tragic, but we must use it as a learning experience and see how we can do better, so we don't keep having these situations. Because it was an electrical fire from the sound.
What are you ready to see?
The site I'm seeing here with the relevant cables and so on. There is a chance. I mean, I don't know what the forensic analysis is, but I'd be curious to know whether this happened in terms of a proper connection to the grid, or whether this was something else, a makeshift connection that resulted in all these other people paying the price for fire that happened.
On that sad note, let's go for a short commercial break. We will be back with entertainment.
Lofa vibes, Lofa vibes, Lofa vibes. Lofa vibes have men and women trendy wears and accessories at affordable prices. Our shoes are custom made from Italy and shipped directly to our customers worldwide. Our store is located at 1251 US HWY 31 North Greenwood, Indianapolis. Our contact is +1317 893 4032. You can find us on Instagram at Lofa Vibes Designer. Also, you can find our webpage at www.lofavibes.com. Lofa Vibes, we are not just a brand, we are a vibe. No one man is an island, love is the greatest.
You definitely me gonna give it to you hot. I look definitely, never gonna make you crap. I look definitely, you sugar in my tea. Look definitely, you the butter in my bread, yeah. Butter in my bread, yeah.
Welcome.
Yo, Abusiafo. Mo som funa na afia ko bi se wan peme na me ka sei mesimu nyimo sum na montamaso na montie makopi Inner Word of God Building Construction Company so anio Inner Word of God Building Construction Company so she yesi nyame adwuma na she na wo de akoso minua ebadan sie mu dia sumuda ne yabama e na wo pese yenyema building works upo bi obeye carpentry amount POP, metalworks, tiling, electricals, aluminium, fabrication, anal plumbing, bra, ni abesum we said you wisi penwo, said you wisi pen bia, yabeyama, yatiti yankofo ni wenya misrum, omunchi windio, no munya basabasanso, and now open yama ubetumi dia siwudan, to set building blocks, stones, sand, quarry dust, pavement blocks, anase wood branian somo ewo nyamesuro eni nyamesummu she enkoma menuanu amowa amanone so bet na wo maye adwuma na discover mane abusuafo si enye japade ma na wo beba na wanya ne se de wo sipen wo aya na eya bebre it's na me se fa ho bebo eye Inner Word of God Building Construction Company so aya ti free Inner Word of God Ministry International asori a apa yemre me beboa ye ne ya botne ne brem Minua na kyerɛ sɛ enye na da bi ne yɛde nam eyi nyamesurom ene nyamesuro kwanso ene yɛde ba besom wo wobetuma hu yɛ wɔ Accra anase Asharibotwe anase frɛ number we 0242 515735 0242 515735 anase 0203 755 066 0203 755 066 Freying Niamesumu I want no quarry mu medawase.
Welcome back. Let's go to Sylvia Happy Anna for some entertainment news. Hi, Sylvia.
Hello, Frances.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
All right, so over to you for entertainment.
Okay. Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to Entertainment Update with Sylvia Annan.
Oh, I think there's a lot of communication today, like the internet is not working well. We apologize to viewers for that. So on that note, we end today's news update and we thank you for being with us. Okay.
Lambo Colombo Bacardi boss.
Hi, Lambo. How are you?
It's a warm welcome to have me on Garnet TV today.
You're welcome for joining us again today.
Thank you.
So how's Jamaica?
Well, Jamaica is fine at this present moment. The sun is shining.
Okay, so what are you working on right now? Any new album, new songs, or?
Well, I have a new song named Gunman at this present moment because of the killing that going on all over the world, and especially in Jamaica, where they are killing a lot of people. I have a song named Gunman. Yeah, it's out there doing well at this present moment.
Okay. So how's the song, how's it picking up?
Well, it is good on the street right now. The people are singing it word to word at this present moment.
Oh, okay. I think we need it at this moment because of what is going on around the world. And I'm sure your song will minister to, to people, and people will understand it.
Yes.
So what, like when you were writing this song, what was your inspiration?
Well, in recent times, I've lost one of my niece who was get killed by gun violence. A few weeks, like 4 weeks ago, she was shot up into a Vaxi van by mistaken identity.
That's so sad. I'm so sorry.
It was like 6 of them, but 3 of them get killed.
Wow. So sorry about that, losing your niece.
So at this present, the family are in grief and mourning at this present, you know. My niece, Tasha Black.
Oh, I mean, our condolences from Today Ghana News TV to your family. I hope you guys will get over it. I know it's not easy, but I know with time.
Go suck, you know here. Mind me of it this year, you know. Boy, some boy if you stay one side. Sure. You know who we are dealing with. Sure. Who want rate me? Who want hate me? All me know the girl them love me. Come date me, hey. Who want rate me? Who want hate me? All me know the the girl them love me. Come date me, date me, date me. Aye. I live my life, I live my life, I live my life, I live the best. I second for more and not for less. Girl, wine for me, you are the best. Boss sweat, boss sweat, boss sweat, boss sweat. Do it for me, you are the best. Get wet, get wet, get wet, get wet. Propel your body and fly like jet. Sport like Kim and Kanye West. Yes, 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 yes. Sport like Kim and Kanye West. Yes, 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 yes. Who want rate me, rate me, rate me? Who want hate me, hate me, hate me? All me know the girl them love me. Come date me, date me, date me, aye. Who want rate me, rate me, rate me? Who want hate me, hate me, hate me? All me know the girl them love me. Come date me, date me, date me, aye. Anyway me there, the girl them dead out of airport on the runway. Car girl a drive up on the driveway. Dancers a broke way, boy girl a take way. Champion a dash way, come take a splash way. Lambo Colombo, the girl them baby. Anyway me there, the girl them dead. Yeah, 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 yeah. Who want rate me, rate me, rate me? Who want hate me, hate me, hate me? All me know the girl them love me. Come date me, date me, date me, aye. Who want rate me, rate me, rate me? Who want hate me, hate me, hate me? All me know the girl them love me. Come date me, date me, date me, aye. I love the vibes, I love the vibes. The dance all turn up, turn up. I love the vibes, I love the vibes. The dance all burn up, burn up. I enjoy life to the fullest. Car when me drive are the prettiest. Clothes when me wear are the latest. Lambo Colombo are the greatest. Hate me, hate me. All me know the girl them love me. Come date me, date me, date me, aye. Who want rate me, rate me, rate me? Who want hate me, hate me, hate me? All me know the girl them love me. Come date me, date me, date me, aye. Who want rate me, rate me, rate me? Who want hate me, hate me, hate me? All me know the girl them love me. Come date me, date me, date me, aye. Who want rate me, rate me, rate me? Who want hate me, hate me, hate me? All me know the girl them love me. Come date me, date me, date me, aye.
All right, I want to apologize for the mishap because Sylvia was supposed to do the interview. So I'm taking over right now.
Yeah.
So we're joined by Lambo.
Yeah.
Welcome again, once again. And
Yeah,
thank you for joining us on Today Ghana News TV. So can you tell us more about yourself and how your music journey has started?
Okay, Lambo Colombo started in the music business from 1989. We have done an album released in England and produced by Bonnie Hilton in England, distributed by Jetstar in England, and there and then going on, keeping doing music. We have songs like Bakar the Boss. We have songs like Get Dirt, Gunman. So many songs we have out there at this present moment. And most of my link is from European countries, which is France, where we have done music for Guadalajara sound system and all those places.
Oh, okay. How long have you been in the music industry? And how well has your music been embraced, globally, internationally?
Yes, well, I'm in the music industry from 1989. When I've done my first song, Wild Hairstyle for Balford Henry, the journalist. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so how has your music positively impacted the Jamaican society?
Well, I do positive music, for the youth them to listen to, such as The Gunman, and we have songs like Streets of Freedom. We're telling the youth them not to go to jail, because jail and prison is not a good place. So we have a song named Streets of Freedom.
Okay, that's very good. How is your song doing in Jamaica and globally?
Well, I have a song. I have a song named Boop Boop. and live my life. It is doing well. Book, the people sing it word to word at this present moment. It is in the street doing well at this present moment.
What are some of the challenges you face with your music career?
Well, sometimes challenges I face. Most of the radio stations are payrollers. They want pay for you to play their song, for them to play your song. Yeah, so they are payrollers.
Okay, so that's the only challenges you face?
Yes, but otherwise I'm good.
Okay. Do you have plans to your motherland Africa soon and stage some live concerts?
Definitely. Ready for the bookings. We don't want to look for it. We're ready for the bookings.
Okay, so are you planning any live performances or some concerts anytime soon?
Yeah, man. Well, in France, my people in France are setting up a concert very soon, but because of the pandemic at this present moment.
So it's been on hold, or?
Yes, it's on hold at this present moment.
Okay, for now it's only there. There's nothing coming up in Jamaica or any other part of the world.
Well, we have doing some little parties and dances, in the regular communities. We have a thing named Boombox Friday, where artists go and perform, and that's a great show.
Okay, so musically, who do you draw your inspiration from? I mean, who is your role model?
Well, the great Shabba Rankin,
Okay.
Yeah, trailer loader girl, Shabba Rankin. You don't know, real general. I'm Brigadier, Charlie Chaplin, Josuel, Ninja Man, Bounty Killer, Beanie Man. You can name Major Mackerel. Yeah.
So what are your next plan? Like, what's your plan for the next 5 years?
Well, my next plan for the next 5 years, I'm just putting out music to reach to the sky is the limit. So we have to keep on putting out music for the fans to listen to them, and gravitate and push it to another level.
Yeah. So, do you have any messages you have for your fans?
Yeah, man. It's all about Lambo Calambo, Bacardi Boss, and Kingston, Jamaica. We'll be putting out positive songs for the youth them to listen. No gun violence. We say no gun violence to the youth. We're tired right now. Stop shooting down the people them. We want to live good. We want to think about the morals and live good, me youth. Because we're tired of the gun violence at this present moment. Worldwide, and especially in Jamaica. I've lost my family because of gun violence.
Yeah. So sorry about that once again, and condolence to your family. Thank you very, very much for taking off your busy schedule and being with us on Entertainment News.
And thank you too, and big up my manager in Austria, Stefan Chichimel, Underground Sound, big up every time. Waterworks Sound from France also, big up every time. And thanks for having me. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
And big up Zik King, a studio where I work every time too.
All right. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, man.
Have a good evening.
Yeah. Blessed.
Okay, so on that note, we end today Ghana News TV, and we thank you for being with us tonight. Don't forget to follow and subscribe on our social media platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. All Today Ghana News TV is one word: Today Ghana News TV. Once again, my name is Frances Jah Arhin, and good evening.